And this is the newest one, 1995. So this article shows the story about his whole life. Just now I told you, he was born in 1907, and he became a monk at the age of 7, just because his family is very poor. His father just want to send him to the temple to find something to eat. Yeah. And he died at the age of 86. Because in the year 1928, there was civil war of China. The warlord Shi Yusan destroyed 3 buildings in the temple. 3 buildings in this temple. And many historical relics were protected by him. That's why later he became the abbot of Shaolin Temple. And also he's a Chinese doctor. You can also come from here. Yeah, famous doctor. Ming Yi, famous doctor. One generation famous doctor in Central Plain in Henan province, Zhongzhou Central Plain. Twenty-ninth abbot. To the other side, the names of his disciples. If you find the names in 3 words, that means they are not monks. If 2, they are monks in the temple. This shows they are the same generation monk. So here we can find how's it? 2 generations. First one's Yong. They are the same, yes. Yong. Here. Xing, different one. Yeah. So because normally Chinese name mainly 3 words, one Chinese name. Here only 2. Generation name, their real name, their surname should be here. But we cannot see them because they are all the same. Because in China have a very popular saying. All the Buddhist monks under heaven have the same surname.释迦牟尼, the founder of Buddhism, Sikamoni. In Chinese,释迦牟尼. We take the first one, Shi. They all the same surname, Shi.
So roughly how many disciples are on this here? Is it two words?
Yeah.
2 words is a monk.
This is a monk. This is a person.
Each column is a monk.
Yeah.
That's all the year.
26 along times
Times all those. Each of those now.
But you know, at school,
Every-
the class of 99
15.
390.
26 times 15. Is that what it is? 260. 260.
4 words. 片冈和 I don't know how to translate 片冈和子, a Japanese monk. These 2 should be his disciple from Europe. These 2.
That's a Japanese disciple, wasn't it?
The Japanese.
Top. Chomp.
Yes,
The
Japanese.
4 words. This 曹洞. How say the Zen Buddhism, when the Zen Buddhism handed down to the number 6 generation monk of the temple, it was divided into 5 branches. So now this temple is regarded as the headquarters of Caodong branch, the biggest branch in Asia. Caodong, this 2 words, Caodong, 正宗, real Caodong branch. Yeah. This is the Shaolin temple. So this temple was first built in Northern Wei Dynasty, 495 AD. But the buildings inside in the temple now are not original. Some buildings are completely new, because in 1928, that's also the Civil War of China. So 3 buildings were damaged in 1928. And for example, that building called Drum Tower, and this one Bell Tower, and this one the Hall Heavenly King's Hall. They are very new. That one last year, 1996. This one 1982. That one 1995. The other buildings were mainly built in the last 2 dynasties, Ming and Qing, means from the 16th to the 19th century. Yeah, now in this temple there are about 160 monks in the temple, because the government controls the number. If the government don't control, it would be terrible. Yeah, there would be so many monks here. Terrible. This temple was originally built for an Indian monk called Ba Tuo, 495 AD. But this Indian monk only spread leather vehicle Buddhism. That means not so many Chinese believe in this kind of religion. So several years later, this religion disappeared from this temple. And in the year 527, another Indian monk, that's Bodhidharma, the 28th generation disciple of Sikhamuni. Because this one is the first one who spread Zen Buddhism in China. So later, this monk is regarded as the founder of Chinese Zen Buddhism. So in the same time, this temple became the birthplace of Chinese Kung Fu. So this temple is famous for Kung Fu and Zen Buddhism. Yeah. So this tree is nearly as old as the temple, 1,400 years. So about 3 years ago, we usually say 1,200 years. But 3 years ago, they used a very modern, because it's a carbon 14, 1,400 years. It's nearly as old as temple. So in this yard, there are altogether 7 ginkgo trees, and this one is the biggest one. This one is the biggest one in the temple, but it is only the 3rd one in Dengfeng. That means we have two other trees which are bigger than this, but they are not here. They are in another Buddhist temple in Dengfeng, around 20 kilometers away, called Fa Wang Temple, which was built in 81 AD, 3 years later than the White House Temple in Luoyang. Yeah. So because ginkgo trees can be divided into male and female, so this one is the only one in this temple, male. So the other 6, they're all females. So many local farmers say he's a gentleman, he had 6 wives. So he's very cool. And also in this yard we can see many tablets. But this yard is famous for the new ones, because all the new tablets were all erected here. It's for foreign Kung Fu associations. So in this row there are 3, just for 3 Kung Fu associations from USA. This one USA, and the first one USA. And 2 others also in this row, Singapore. And this row, and the first one Switzerland, and maybe the 3rd one Thailand. This Indian monk Bodhidharma came here. He only taught his Chinese followers deep meditation. So every day sitting like this for 10 or 12, 14 hours. So the main purpose of this kind of lesson is to make monk's mind as quiet or as tranquil as a rock. So think nothing about the outside world. So they can make their mind very pure. So in this way, they can go to the West paradise very quickly. So this kind of lesson is really very good for the monk's mind, but in the same time, it's very harmful to the monk's health. So originally, the monks created 8 movements just for body building. to make relax their body, and they can practice meditation longer. And then for fighting, for self-defense. So for some of students in a private kung fu schools in Dongfeng, is try to find a good job in the future. Because China has a very big population, it's very hard to find a job, especially now, this year, this several years. So many students worked in South China as bodyguards. It's really a very easy work because usually they follow a millionaire. The millionaire tell the others, "This is my bodyguard from Shaolin." That's all. Doing nothing, just work, follow him, and a very high salary. And for some students from the very poor family, their main purpose is to maybe sponsor another school for making money. And some students from the very rich family, maybe just for fun or for bodybuilding. Because some boys are very naughty, their parents cannot control them. So they send him to the school because usually the coach is very serious. So I have a friend from Germany. He also studying Kung Fu in a private school. And several days ago, he told me, the Chinese coach, is very serious to his Chinese students. He always beat them with stick. But for foreigners, no coach can beat the foreign students. He said this is unfair. So in Germany, nobody can do that. I think in China it's very ordinary. They are not afraid of their father, but they're afraid of coach. Okay.